Going on the road.
Going on the road.
Going on the road
With Harley and Mona.
RV broke.
Harley here, RV broke. Okay, what I'm doing now is someone on the Jeep had put a wiring, and the wiring is wrong. And so I'm straightening out so I have the right turn signals coming out. And what I do is I always tint these wires. See that little silver on the end? That's called tinting. I heat it with a soldering iron, drip a little solder on it so that when these screws tighten down onto it, that it doesn't, what happens is it frays the wires and then pretty soon you lose connection. Then you're done. See how these look here? See how bad they are right there? When I get those tinted, then they won't look like that. Okay, I'll try to set you up and you can watch a little bit. That solder on the wire will keep the wire together in place, and it doesn't have a tendency to fray out, because when you lose one or two strands, what happens is it loosens itself up in there, and your next thing you know, you're going down the road and you're losing your lights. Or worse yet, what they do is a little piece comes off of here and it touches the next one next to it, and it'll arc it out. You'll either get two lights at the same time, or here's what I'll do is I'll take these off of here completely. See this? See how, look at, see they even came apart. They're just, it's not right. That other one I had to trim back further. I'll trim these too. White is commonly known as a ground, and for some reason they split this one. This is a power cord that they have coming off. So what I'll do is I'll hook these together and solder them. Yeah, okay, I'll shorten them up a little bit so they're all the same length. It's time consuming, but if it keeps you from losing tail lights or flashing two lights at the same time, instead of having one turn signal on, this is worth it. It doesn't take that long. I have a little soldering iron here. I use Milwaukee because it's cordless and it works better. A lot of times you don't have power to do this. So what happens is you got all those strands in there and they work loose, and then one strand will come out, and then two strands come out, and then it's loose, and then it pops out, or it'll touch, a strand will come off and touch the one next to it, and then you've got a problem. Then you start shorting out, and you can short out power, you can short out ground, you can ground anything from. So I just heat the wire up, drip a little solder on it. Try to get the thinner wire here so that it heats up and melts faster. There. Now, these are all tinted. When you look inside this terminal here, one of these, this one right here, this post is a little bit bigger than all the rest of them. That means that's a negative post. So that's always a ground. That's where your ground wire starts at. Not sure what this black one in the middle is for. They have it wired somehow. I'll have to figure that out. See how frayed and see how little there's hardly any. There's hardly any wire left on this. It gets really thin, and so when you tint them, then it holds them together a lot better. So that's what I've got to do to all of them. I'll cut this ratty end off of them. Left turn, green is right turn. And how I remember that is yellow is left. So the two L's, L left. So yellow wire is always left on automotive for wiring up trailers. And then green is always right, and brown is always taillights. So I'll trim these back. Now I'll tint these. I'm not sure what this one's for. This is a one they had in the middle. I have to trace that down and see what it's. Usually the center one is like a backup wire or something. Okay, now I'll tint all of these. And once they're tinted, I can put them back in the holder. I've got to clean this off a little bit. It's kind of rusty colored. It's been sitting in water, I think. The water got in it, wasn't sealed very well. And then if you look at these little things here too, you can put a little pick in between and spread them apart to make good contact. Spray some contact cleaner in there. Okay, now let's see. Get this done here. Put the soldering iron under the wire. It'll get nice and hot, and then I'll start melting the solder. There, wire's tinted. Do it to all these. Here. This is ground. Okay, I'm going to clean this out. Check now that the one on the Jeep is straightened out right. Let's see if this one's, how this one's going. Okay, see, here's the big terminal over here. That's the ground. So we'll hit the alligator clip into the ground. There. Now, let's see if there's power to any of these. There's nothing. Good. Okay. Now, let me go turn the key on. See if we have power to anything. Oh yeah, we picked up a wash machine. We're gonna throw in washer dryer combo. Okay, I'm gonna turn the key on. Just leave it on for a bit. Okay, now with the key on, we'll see if we have any power anywhere. Now the Jeep is wired, so this center one should be powered. But I don't know if the motorhome's powered that way at all. Yes, okay, good. Okay, so that'll work out good. Okay, now I can turn the key off. So this will charge the Jeep battery going down the road, even though we don't need the key on in the Jeep. Now I got the left turn signal on. I believe I have to switch a couple of these around on this adapter. Okay, so I got my okay, there's my turn. Okay, we'll see that's not going to be right. Let me look at my diagram. Okay. Okay, I've got a diagram here that shows standard trailer end. So we've got, shows the ground. So there's the ground. This should be tail lights, brake light, which I'm not sure if that's going to be hooked up, right turn, and this is left turn. And we are on left turn. Okay, that's right. Okay, now we got to do right turn. I think that's where I'd have to switch it around. Now, left turn, right turn should be right next to it. There it is. Okay, good. So we've got left turn, ground, left turn, right turn. This is a brake one that's not hooked up. I don't think it is unless I hit the brakes. And this next one should be power for taillights. We'll see. Then we should be set. And we're in the middle of putting this in, so. Okay, we'll see if we got lights now. Got the lights on now. Got the wrong switch. Yep. Here we go. See, we've got it lit up. So it's wired up right. So we're set. Okay. This job is done. So I can hook up to the Jeep and everything will work. The only thing I haven't got is I don't have the brake controller in the Jeep yet. I need to put a, well, it's a braking, Invisibrake I bought for it. So we're gonna hook that up and we're set. Gears back out.
Going on the road.
Going on the road.
Going on the road.
With Harley and Mona.
RV broke.
This is a tight